Hey, what's going on, legend, and welcome back to the channel. Really excited that you're here. Thanks so much for stopping by and clicking on the video. I'm super keen today to be dropping on you something that will hopefully be super valuable and insightful for the training aspect of your journey to looking great naked, getting strong as fuck, lean, whatever it may be. I'm going to be showing you today basically with a blank workout template, as you will see, how I would structure my training if I was you, if your goal is fat loss and basically, looking and feeling great naked, right? So I'm going to be pulling up Microsoft Word. I'm going to be breaking down for you kind of how to actually approach your training with a couple of different examples. So stay tuned and follow along closely. And we're going to be jamming in some pretty sick content, so make sure you follow along. And any questions, this is where you can utilize the comment section below. Obviously, if you're a returning subscriber, make sure you let me know what was most valuable, and obviously follow me on social. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome. Reasons why you should be subscribing are as follows. Number one, I like to provide a whole heap of different relevant content and education in terms of from a science point of view as to how to make your journey a lot easier in terms of fat loss. I love educating you guys how to get the job done properly. And second reason being, well, hey, I'm fully sick. I live and breathe the stuff that I teach you guys, and it's evident in how my body progresses, and this is why I like to just showcase aspects of how that looks like. So yes, really hope you're excited. Let's get stuck into Microsoft Word and breaking down how you should be structuring your training. So what you will see here is basically me. I've taken out basically all the text and whatever from an actual alpha coaching client of mine in terms of my one-to-one online coaching, and what I've done is I've made it blank. So what we're going to be doing here is the scenario of like, let's say for example that you are a normal gym goer and you can go 3 to 5 times a week, that sort of thing, right? What I'd probably do if I was you when it comes to structuring a workout is you do one specific to legs, you probably do maybe one specific to upper body pull, and you do one specific to upper body push, and then maybe you do a conditioning based workout based on if time permits. So let's pretend that in this sort of scenario though, we're doing a full body one. So in other words, let's say that you can only hit the gym 3 times a week, right? It'd be wise to either have one session dedicated to pull, one to push, one to legs, or you could do full body, which is what I'd probably go at if I was you. So that way you can have nice spread out rest days and be able to effectively make some decent gains. So the first 3 exercises typically are where I would be having as compound lifts. So if you're doing full body, you might do here, it changed my font, I hate that font. Let's change to Myriad Pro because that is my favorite font. So let's say for example that we want to kick off with the biggest guns first, so the stuff that you can train to a high rate of perceived exertion, and then everything else will be accessory or isolation based exercises as kind of like stuff that helps and contributes to making your main lift stronger. So let's for example here in this scenario, we're going to kick off with some let's say sumo deadlifts, right? Let's say that we want to maybe do 4 sets of 8 reps. It changed my font again, the fucking thing, but oh well, let's pretend that it all looks nice and pretty. Tempo and rest we're not going to be going into in this video, but let's just say for example's sake, given that it's deadlifts, let's just do 1, 1, 1, 1. And given that we're going to be lifting pretty heavy and we're aiming for reps of 8, let's say that we want 1 to 2 minutes of rest between sets. All right, so what you do here is you basically track your working set weights that you're pushing for those 8 reps. The reason why I encourage my clients to track their lifts rather than just winging it and just coast along with their training is because what you don't track, you can't measure. Just like you track your scale weight and you compare averages from week to week, it's really important that you're also tracking your lifts. All right, so sumo deadlifts, let's say that we're now going to move into a chest exercise. Let's say we're doing incline dumbbell bench press, right? So this is going to work your shoulders, your chest, your triceps, so it's a great compound exercise. Let's say that we want to aim for some strength work, so we're going to be doing 4x6. Let's say that we want to have about 4 seconds per rep, so we'll do 2-second eccentric, 1 second pause at the bottom, 1 second on the way up, and a 1 second pause at the top. 1 to 2 minutes rest between as well. You'd obviously track your working set weight here. Now let's say we want to do a back exercise. So let's say that we want to do maybe barbell bent over rows, which are an awesome exercise for basically hitting the I guess depends on your hand width or whatever, but it typically will do really good at hitting the width of your back and actually stimulating your rhomboids and some of your shoulders, as well as utilizing some of your biceps. All right, let's say that for this we want to go into some slightly increased reps, because we want to hit it with some more some more volume this way. So we're going to be aiming for, let's say, 5 seconds per rep here. So let's go 2 seconds eccentric, 1 second pause at the bottom, then we're going to have 2 seconds to pull it up, and a 1 second pause at the top for 5 seconds. Yeah, same sort of deal. 1 to 2 mins is usually a sweet spot for rest in between. So now that we've done our compound lifts, what I typically like to do with my clients is to then have 3 or so exercises here, where these are the what's called the accessory or the isolation exercises that are going to help to make these main lifts stronger. All right, now let's say that we want to do it as a tricep, right? So we're going to do them all back to back as a tricep. So we do A1, A2, A3, right? So this means you do the first one, you'd rest no seconds. This one here, you'd rest no seconds, and then you'd maybe rest for 1 to 2 mins before repeating the tricep again. All right, so let's say that you want to hit maybe a leg exercise, because we're kind of doing legs, and we've got chest, and we've got back. So let's say we're doing leg extensions, right? Let's say that for our chest exercise, we're going to be doing dumbbell. Let's say that we're going to do cable chest flies, right? So a nice exercise to work on the width. And let's say that for that, we want to do a pull-based exercise to kind of complement the back. So let's say that we're going to be doing alternating dumbbell bicep curls, right? And for finisher, we want to get some abs work in. So let's say that we're going to be doing AMRAP, kneeling, cable crunches for 2 minutes. That would be a nice way to get the heart rate up and to stimulate, not 23 minutes, for 2 minutes. This would be a great way to really be able to stimulate some core strength, but then also to work on torso flexion and extension, okay? So let's say in this sort of sense, reason why this is blocked out here is because you would really only need 3 or so working sets. You could do 4, but let's say that we're going to do 3. And how I typically structure this is we probably have maybe 3 by 8. This one here we do 3 by 10, and this one here we do 3 by 12. And you'll notice here that because we've got a wide range of rep schemes, we're really actually effectively got a nice mix here of rep ranges. So we're going to be able to, with a programming like this, stimulate some great strength development while also causing hypertrophy. And then naturally here with a finisher, you'd be able to get your heart rate up nice and high, and you could track your efforts just in there nice and straightforward. All right. Now what I usually get my clients to do as well is utilize a blank section like this below their training logs to be able to actually share how they felt for the workout, and to take any mental notes, so that way when it comes to you doing this workout next week, you've got a great scenario of how to be able to improve or what to focus on. All right. Now, what you'd probably do if you were, like in this sort of scenario, as you would have heard me say at the start, this is a good scenario for someone who wants to be smart about how they're training, but wants to be able to increase how they're performing, right? What you could also do if you, say for example, were even less time available, right, is what you could do is you could do just one big giant set, right, which is where you do maybe 4 or 5 exercises back to back, right? Meaning that it would look like this. You do 0 seconds rest, 0 seconds rest. In other words, jump from one exercise to the other, and then you'd rest for 1 to 2 mins before repeating it for maybe anywhere between 6 to 10 rounds, depending on goal and fitness levels. All right. So you might have there, for example, let's say that you're going to do squats, and you might do here push-ups, then you might do here lat pull-downs, then you might do here burpees, then you might do here planks, right? And then obviously you'd have your target reps and you'd flow through it. And what this is a great way is to be able to pack a lot of volume and intensity into a fairly short period of time. So typically this would be a shorter workout than the one that I said before. So the science behind why I like to structure reps and programming and stuff like this is basically because we've got aesthetics, but we've also got performance in terms of what we're giving a shit about here. So you'll see here with this infographic that I've actually made previously, this is usually like a rough scheme in terms of what you should be aiming for. So in terms of an overall workout geared for fat loss and physique oriented individuals, you should really be focusing on maybe 25 to maybe max 30 working sets per workout, with the goal to distribute it with the 70% of the overall working sets dedicated to basically having your target reps between 5 to 12, 20% dedicated to 15 to 20 reps, so fairly high repetition, low RPE based work, and then 10% dedicated to powerlifting reps below 4. And I find personally that when I've had my clients focusing on structure like this is what's helped them to be able to not only achieve great aesthetics, but to increase in performance, increase in their strength, and to increase just overall across the board. And it's been fantastic to see over my almost decade of being in the coaching game. And as you would have seen there, really awesome, simple insight into how to structure your training for fat loss. Obviously, keep in mind that this is something that you can stick to for, like, you know, if you're applying this logic to each different workout, you could easily make up your own programming and have it last you about 4 to 6 weeks before you reassess based on your progress, and then make tweaks accordingly. And, you know, the world is then your oyster, because the cool scenario there is that your calories will control how you are looking in terms of aesthetics and stuff like that. So obviously, if you're looking to build more muscle and to increase strength and stuff like that, you probably eat it at surplus. If you're looking to get leaner while maintaining strength, you can probably eat at maintenance and then gradually shift into a deficit. And it's like this whole game of controlling how you look, how you feel or function starts to become exciting when you know how to structure the, you know, sort of like the work that you're doing. So I really hope you found this video valuable. Please, if you have any questions, once again, on exercise structure, programming and stuff like that, drop a comment below. I'd love to keep the conversation going with you. Obviously, if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, hey, I'd encourage you to press subscribe, turn on the notifications, and that way you can check out all the sick videos coming through from me. Not just education content-based videos, but I post all sorts of random shit, because hey, let's face it, entertainment is the name of the game when it comes to YouTube, and I really value you checking me out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time in the YouTube world. Peace.